Guys, so today we're going to be going through the front end again for the first feature. So last time we went through only part of it, but then today we're going to be completing it. So here we go. So now we're going to go through the functions. So here I have script. So here we have like script and another function. So the function name is basically display books. Then here I'm using fetch. So this is basically like the URL. So if I go on to main over here, then if I run it again, and now if we go back, then you can see like over here, this is basically like the URL, the same one over here. Then we have the method which is get, because when I'm displaying the books, I'm basically like getting the books to display them. And the headers is basically like content type and the application JSON. After that we have like a dot then, so what happens after that? So then if the response is alright, so if it's basically like 200 basically, then I'm going to return like response.text. So basically like the books. Otherwise, it's going to be like console.log, and then it's basically going to throw an error. So basically over here, if I didn't have any books, so there's like no books present. So then basically if the response is not okay, basically, in simple terms, if the response is not okay, then it's going to throw an error. After that we have then and then data, and then we have like a variable. So var is basically like defining variable. And then books JSON is equal to JSON.parse. So basically I'm like parsing the data that I got, because when I display books, like when I have like a book over here, then it comes with like, then over here it comes with like more stuff with like a bunch of curly brackets around it and stuff. So basically I'm just parsing away that bit. And after that we have like display string, and then this. So it's basically like a space. So you can see like I'm displaying the string with a space over here, similar to this one. After that, if books JSON.length is equal to 0, then it's basically a displayed string, no books present. So basically what we've been seeing until now. If I just refresh this and then do view books, then it's like, then if basically I terminate like the main program and then do like view books, then there's going to be like no books present. Then here I have else. So this else is basically like for, and then I have like for I, then let I is equal to 0. So I'm basically defining I and letting it be 0. Then I is smaller than books JSON.length, and then I++. After that there's let object, so I'm defining object, and then books JSON I. And after that I'm basically doing like display string equal to display string. So basically I'm making like the whole string that it should display. So like over here, like title, and then we have like title, and then we have object title, like whatever title that I've entered, and same with author. After that we have document.getElementById, list of books, inner HTML, display string. So then here I'm basically like here I basically have process the response data here, and then console.log. So I'm basically example like logging the data to the console. And then this is basically like a try catch. So then you have like .catch and then the error. So then document.getElementById, status of book. Then it's like color is red and then error. So basically if there's like, if I just submit and then you see it's like red. After that, handle any errors here, and then console.error. Then we have function addBook, which is basically like for the submit bit. So then we have like the constant title and then the constant author, because both of those like values are constant. Then again fetch, in this case is post, because basically I'm like, because I'm entering a value there and then posting it. So when I enter stuff over here and when I submit it, then it's basically like a post. After that, here we have, then after that I'm basically doing like adding the body or contents to send. So the title is title and the author is author. Then response, and then if the response is okay, so again 200, then return response.text. Otherwise throw a new error. Then we have the data, and then the document.getElementId. Then we have like status.book and then inner HTML. In this case the color should be green. And then it's like, and then say console.log, so logging the data onto the console. And if there is an error, then the color should be red, and error is like the same earlier, and then handling any errors.